things. Today was a good day because I had eggs for breakfast and it was super good. Thank you muchly for stopping by. We really do appreciate you.
Anyways, we flip couches.
And today we're gonna tell you how.
Well, more so, we're just gonna try to tell you everything you need to know before you start flipping couches.
And just to preface this video by saying it is gonna be a little bit different in your area. Couches are gonna be a little bit different. I mean, it's gonna be pretty much the same basic concepts. So it should give you, a good idea of what to do, but it might be a little bit different, just saying.
Hopefully it will just give you a good idea of what it's like and if you really want to start doing it.
So we recently started a TikTok page. It's a new social media app that people post videos on.
As if they don't know what TikTok is.
And we've been posting a lot of couch flipping content there, and so we kind of wanted to just go over some common questions that we get and just every step that you need to know to start doing the things with couches. We've come up with a small list of things that we have come across that might help you out when you get started with couch flipping. So we're going to go through those now.
Yeah, we'll try to answer anything and everything, but if we don't get to your question or if you still have questions after this video, don't forget to leave a comment and we will try our best to answer them there.
So the first thing that we wanted to cover was just searching for couches. For us, we have found that sectionals work the best. A couch and love seat combo also can sell pretty good, but we do typically like to stick with sectionals. Preferably light ones or gray ones resell the best. We will pick up other colors of couches as well, but we do try to stick with the tan and the gray colors because they're the best for resale.
They're definitely the most popular sectionals, that is. We get a lot of people asking us like, hey, is this couch good? And it might be, but we have had a lot of trouble reselling just one single, like 4-person couch. Or is it 2 people?
2. 3.
I don't know. However many people fit on just a single couch. Whereas with sectionals, I feel like they're a lot more popular. They go for a lot higher of a price. And the popular colors are obviously going to be tan and cream and gray. Gray has always been our #1 bestseller. So anytime we see a gray sectional, we usually try to go after those.
We typically just stick with Facebook Marketplace. We do sometimes use a local marketplace called KSL in our area. I do know a lot of people that use Craigslist. That's not super popular in our area, so we don't really use it, but I know that's a common one as well. So whatever works best in your area, I would say that Facebook Marketplace is probably the most common one though.
As far as price goes, we try to keep our couches under $100 unless it's going to be a good one. Gray ones, we have been known to pay as much as $200 for them just because it's still worth the profit for us at that price. But for mostly everything else, we try to stay right around $100.
With that being said though, if we did come across one that was like super nice and it was really big and comfortable and in good shape, I would be willing to pay like $300 to $400 because I know that we could probably get like $700 to $800. So it just kind of depends on the couch, but like she said, typically the ones that we're cleaning up and fixing are usually $100 or less, sometimes a little more, around 100.
So when you find a couch and it's listed for a certain price, you can often negotiate the deal. Sometimes people aren't willing to go lower, but I always like to try it at first, whether it's $25 less than what they put it up as, but you also don't want to lowball it too much because then they might get offended and not answer your message. So if a couch is up for $100, I might offer $75, and if they say no, then I'll just be okay with that and say, okay, I'll still take it. I still want it. So just know that there's always a way that you can maybe negotiate the price a little bit, but also don't be worried if you can't get that extra $25 off. If it's a really good deal and we know that it's going to go fast, then maybe we won't try to negotiate it. It just kind of depends on the situation. If it's been up for a really long time, then definitely I would say try to negotiate the price at least a little bit.
Yeah. So in regards to like doing a safe pickup and drop off of a couch, if you're concerned about that and you don't want to go to somebody's location or you don't want somebody to come to yours, you could do just like a mutual meetup at a mall or a grocery store or Panda Express. Any of the above options would work. So we've also heard of this idea. We've never done it before, but supposedly some police stations have stalls where you can do like a meetup location for marketplace selling. So you could look into that in your area. We don't know that for sure. I just heard that. So that's always an option. And then the other thing is we always go together. So we always, kind of have to go together to pick up the couches and drop it off because they're kind of heavy. But it is also helpful for safety reasons. So if you're worried about that, you could always travel in twos.
Have a buddy.
Have a buddy. And if you don't, bring a dog.
Once you pick up the couch and bring it home, you probably want to clean it depending on if there's stains on it or things like that. So if you missed our previous video, we did some experiments on the best cleaner for the couches and all the supplies we used. So check out that if you missed it, and that's all I'm going to say on cleaning.
So for the next step, which would be taking really nice pictures and staging them, we have just a little setup in our backyard. It's a white brick backdrop, and we just use some throw pillows, usually the same throw pillows on each couch set. The throw pillows really help. We used to have a rug under there, we got rid of it, so that would help as well. Pillows really help, just staging it, making it look really nice, and then taking really good pictures. That's one of the reasons that things on Marketplace go for so low, because the pictures are just super bad quality. So if you just make it look really nice, and obviously don't lie about it if there's some wear or tear in it, then take a close-up picture of that just so that they know about it. So don't lie about it, but make them look good, make them look appealing so that people click on your listing.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace allows you to have 10 pictures, so use all 10. I would say just make sure your first picture is a full picture of the entire couch, so whoever is scrolling through really fast can get a really good idea of what you're selling. So when you're writing up your listing, make sure that you are using as many keywords as you want. Usually in the title, I say sectional, couch, sofa, cute, and then also the color. So if people are looking for a certain color couch or sectional, any of those words that they search will come up. One other tip on that is to try to use intriguing words. You don't want to say like old couch or ugly couch or things like that. Like
somebody on there listening, this couch is ugly.
People really do. I'm serious. People do like old ugly couch, and that's not very appealing. So we always try to use like appealing words, and like instead of brown we use chocolate, or instead of tan we use like oatmeal or something like.
So in our listing, in the title, I usually say potential free delivery, and then I explain it a little bit more in the description. The reason I do that is because a lot of people in our area do have trucks and trailers, so they're okay to come pick it up. So if they can come pick it up, then obviously I would prefer that. But in the description, I always just say that if you're within 15 minutes of us, we'd be happy to do a free delivery. That helps because with people that don't have trucks and trailers are willing to pay for that. And I would say about 75% of the listings that we put up, people want it to be delivered. So we're happy to do it. If it's farther than 15 minutes away, we'll still sometimes deliver it. Sometimes people offer us a delivery fee if it is farther than that. Just kind of depends on the situation and how far it is, stuff like that. It also depends on if we've gotten a lot of other inquiries. If we've got a ton of people that want to come look at it and potentially take it, and then there's somebody that's 30 minutes away, then we'll maybe hold off for a little bit just to see if somebody a little bit closer can come.
I personally like deliveries better just because you get it out of the way. It's harder for the person to be like, no, never mind, I don't want it. They usually, they almost always, they always take it when you deliver it. Whereas if they just want to come look at it over at your house, then a lot of times they'll change their mind.
Yes, we don't like people switching it up on us. A lot of people are super concerned about bed bugs. It's not a super common problem where we're at. We've never run into it with any couch that we've ever got. So I can't say much to it. I know that it is a big thing in certain areas. So just be careful. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. It's definitely not a big problem in our area, but I could see it being a problem in other areas. But also, I don't think it's as big of a problem as people may think. I think that's our #1 question on TikTok, and here's what you do. if you're interested in a couch and it's listed for cheap, go check it out. If you can find bed bugs or whatever, you can always say no and not take it. So, I don't know. We've never run into it.
Yeah, and we don't plan on it. We do typically like to stay away from couches that smell like smoke. So it'll sometimes have that in the description that it's a smoke-free couch. If it doesn't, I'll usually ask. Just because if it is if the couch has smoked before, then it's really hard to get that smell out, and we usually stay away from those. So I would just, to put it simple, stay away from smoke couches. Especially if the couch has been smoking for a long time.
No. Okay, another big question that we get is on pricing and how we decide what to price our couches at. We guess. A lot of times we'll look up just sectionals without like our $100 filter on it and see like what other nice looking clean sectionals are going for, and we'll price it for that amount or similar to that amount. We always start higher than we think we could sell it for. Maybe
why not?
Yeah, maybe $100 more than we think, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So what we do if it's not selling is we drop it, I would say what, $50?
Just depends on how many messages you're getting about it. If you're getting like no messages and you think you priced it way too high, then maybe you do a little bit less. But
yeah, I would say we drop it maybe about $50 a day until it sells, and normally that does the trick after like 2 or 3 days. With that, we've also been asked before if we've had any like duds or if we've like haven't been able to get rid of anything, and yes and no.
I think most couches that we've sold, we've pretty much made a profit from. I think there was one set that we either broke even or made like $25 off of, which I mean still isn't bad. If you need to sell it for the same price that you got it for, it's not like a huge deal. It's gonna happen. Even if you sell it for a little bit less than what you got it for, you'll make it up from a different couch. So I mean, it's just know that's probably gonna happen at some point. You're not gonna get a ton of profit off of every single couch. Unless you do, then awesome.
Yeah, it's just very rare, and usually the couches that don't do well are the ones that you think probably won't do well. So in that case, we just decide to not go for those ones.
The last question that we wanted to answer was in regards to taxes. How do we keep track of that? We do most of our payments with customers through Venmo, so I guess it's kind of easy to keep track there. What I do is I just keep a Google Sheet of every time we buy and sell a couch and what the profit is, and then at the end of the month, I just times the profit by 40%. I don't know if that's too high or too little, but 40% seems like about average for taxes. And then I just set that 40% aside in just a different account until the end of the year. Then we have that money available for taxes to pay.
But yeah, that's really important because we are, I guess, a small business, and so we don't want to be committing in any sort of income tax fraud or things like that. I'm not sure the exact terms. We are not accountants. But we basically keep that spreadsheet and hand it over to our accountant at the end of the year, and we're good to go.
Yeah, don't do fraudulent things. It'll get you put in jail.
Yes, you definitely have to pay taxes on something like this.
Anyways, hopefully that does answer your questions and gives you a good overview on how to get started flipping couches. If you do have any other questions, keep them to yourself, and
yeah, I'm sure we didn't answer absolutely everything that you guys wanted to know, but we're happy to answer any more questions in the comments. This was just kind of a brief overview of the common questions that we get.
And we hope that you have learned a lot, and we do surely appreciate you for watching this. And have a blessed day, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.